What's going on, everybody? It's Super King Adore back at it again with the next Dinosaur Diary. And today we talking about the dinosaur that only had one movie appearance. It was a cameo, really, and I can't say I was saying I was great to see it, but it was great to see it. We're finna talk about none other than the impressive carnivore, Dracorex! No, let me stop. Ceratosaurus Nasicornis. Alright, so getting into its details, Ceratosaurus means horned lizard. Obviously, by looking at it, its diet is carnivorous. In the movie, it had a height of 4 meters, which is 13 feet, but in real life, it was 3 meters, which is 10 feet. In the movie, it had a length of 9 meters, which is 30 feet. In real life, it was 7 meters, which is 23 feet. In the movie, it was a ton even. In the movie, it was 1,155 pounds. No, in the movie, it was a ton. In real life, it was 1,155 pounds. Its bones have been discovered in Utah, Colorado, Tanzania, East Africa, and Portugal. Its range, it was only on Isla Sorna because it was, as we're going to get into it, it was secretly bred there and experimented on. Birth type, egg. Movie appearances only include Jurassic Park 3. Notable game appearances are Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis, Jurassic Park Explorer, Jurassic Park 3, Park Builder, Jurassic Park Builder, Jurassic World, The Game, Jurassic World Evolution. Toy appearances include a die-cast Jurassic Park, a Jurassic Park Chaos Effect, but it was cut from that, and Jurassic World toy line. I don't know why he keeps looking through the fence. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. It keeps looking through the fence. It wants to go out the fence. It can't. I'm gonna open the gate so it can go out the fence. It wants to go out the fence. So hopefully it'll turn around and walk completely away. There we go. Now,
we don't always get.
I don't have command source on this island. Now back to the island. Well, back to the dinosaur diary, I mean. It says here that Ceratosaurus was a medium-sized carnivore that lived in the same time as the larger Allosaurus in the late Jurassic period. However, it also lived some millions of years before the emergence of successful Allosaurids. Being of the more primitive four-fingered Ceratosauria, what makes it different and distinctive is the large horn on top of its nose and the two horns over its eyes. The use of it has been debated and is most likely used for a display, a weapon, or a special use for courtship battles. About 100 years ago, when it was first discovered, it was one of the most well-known dinosaurs. Another unusual feature is that Ceratosaurus had 4 fingers on its hands, instead of the more common 3 among the other large meat eaters. This is typically an indication that this theropod is relatively primitive, whose ancestral relatives are from the earlier times of the mid-Triassic to mid-Jurassic periods, where Coelophysoidians and Ceratosaurians were much more prevalent. Allosaurids and Megalosaurian carnosaurs, both kinds of tetanurans, were much more advanced, with greater speed and intelligence, as well as the ability in at least Allosaurus to form packs. Oh. So basically they saying that Ceratosaurus may hail from a line of less intelligent carnivorous dinosaurs. It is probable that the Ceratosaurus ended up being sidelined by the Allosaurus in North America, as evidenced by the fact that Ceratosaurus is the rarest fossil theropod genus present in the magnificent Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. It probably became a prowler of the forest, using its terrifying dentition when ambushing smaller dinosaurs. Moving on, it says this information is given about Ceratosaurus in Jurassic Park Explorer. That Ceratosaurus was smaller and more bird-like than its cousin Allosaurus. That Ceratosaurus was named for the single horn on its snout. It was probably more of a scavenger, but may also have hunted aquatic prey. Nice. So, its history in the Jurassic Park franchise goes as follows. Ceratosaurus was successfully recreated by an engine in the Embryonics Administration Lab on Isla Sorna in secret after the acquisition of engine by Maserati Global Corporation and after the passing of the Gene Guard Act, which is something I will actually talk about and go into a little bit later, because I want to get more in depth on the Gene Guard Act. Alongside Ceratosaurus, Spinosaurus, and Ankylosaurus, the only known Ceratosaurus was parented and fed in captivity until Engine abandoned the lab and released it into the wild. Like all of Engine's clone theropods, Ceratosaurus had pronated wrists. The clones had a bright red head and a white body with black striping. The only known individual seen also had small horns over the eyes like a Ceratosaurus juvenile, and was slightly larger than the original, with the most notable difference in size being that it was 3 meters in height rather than 2 meters. Being bred illegally and far after the Isla Nublar incident, it was not planned to be an attraction in Jurassic Park. In the wild, after being cloned and experimented on for a period of 9 months in the late 90s, the unnamed Engine personnel set the dinosaur free alongside the other illegally bred dinosaurs. Being created illegally and against the knowledge of Engine or Maserati higher-ups, it is unknown if the Ceratosaurus and the other new dinosaurs were affected by or were even bred to include the lysine deficiency that affected the original dinosaurs. It is also unknown how many Ceratosauruses lived on the island, but the one known specimen was known to live in another portion of the island. The Isla Sorna incident of 2001. As Ceratosaurus, that sounds kind of cool, Ceratosaurus. Hey, future dinosaur name. Be on the lookout for that one. A Ceratosaurus encountered Dr. Alan Grant and the Kirby family on a riverbank when they were digging through Spinosaurus dung. How lovely. At first, the humans thought it would attack them, but instead it went away, having been deterred by the Spinosaurus dung that was on there. Yeah, no matter how hungry Ceratosaurus was, it was not finna eat another dinosaur shit to get its meal. Post Isla Nublar incident 2015, by the year 2018, Ceratosaurus had apparently gone extinct on Isla Nublar, meaning they had specimens on their island somewhere. Don't know where, but they were on there somewhere. Probably in the restricted area as they was building more enclosures. That's what I like to think. I wish we could have got like a little cameo for it or something. Okay, so for its game appearances, we have Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder. Simply says that Ceratosaurus can be created. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, the predecessor or spiritual predecessor to Jurassic World Evolution. However you want to look at it. Ceratosaurus is available as a 2-star small carnivore in the game, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Its appearance is based on the movie, however Ceratosaurus' upper jaw is actually smaller than the movie's design. Ceratosaurus hunts larger herbivores in packs or even by itself for that matter. It is known to possess cannibalism when no other food is around. Ceratosaurus can coexist with Albertosaurus, Dilophosaurus, and Allosaurus, though they do fear it and flee when it is near. And even with smaller carnivores like Velociraptor, but this only occurs when they are not hungry or attacking each other. However, with the smaller carnivores like Velociraptor, the Ceratosaurus coexists either way and can even share its meals among the smaller theropod. Oh, that's nice. It's a caring dinosaur, if anything. Jurassic Park Explorer says that Ceratosaurus is featured in the DVD game of Jurassic Park Explorer. A player earns a dinosaur when he or she wins a minigame. When the earned dinosaur is a Ceratosaurus. When the earned dinosaur is a Ceratosaurus. There you go. It says this video will be shown. Don't have a video to show, unfortunately, for you all. It says it is stated that Ceratosaurus was a cousin to Allosaurus when actually both dinosaurs are distantly related, having coming from different branches in the dinosaur family tree. The only thing they have really in relation is that they're both classed under the Theropoda suborder of dinosaurs. If I use suborder right. Let me know if I didn't down in the comments. I'm really trying to get this down packed with suborders and all that. Jurassic Park Builder says that Ceratosaurus is one of the available dinosaurs in the iOS application Jurassic Park Builder. It has the small horns over the eyes like the one in the film and juvenile Ceratosaurus, and unlike adult Ceratosaurus. In Jurassic World the game, which I actually have one of, but I only have the one, so it was like level 10. I never got lucked up and got another one because I didn't win it. I think it was a tournament creature, so I didn't win it. I got it through that loot thing they was doing. So it says here that Ceratosaurus was added to the game on January 22nd, 2016 as a limited tournament dinosaur. It is a legendary carnivore. It has the small horns over the eyes like the one in the film in juvenile Ceratosaurus, and unlike adult Ceratosaurus, it has 3 long fingers rather than the 4 short ones the real animal had. Oh wow, went right for the brush. I didn't even notice. Jurassic World Evolution says the Ceratosaurus will appear in Jurassic World Evolution. Seen in the second in-game trailer, it looks a lot like the Jurassic Park 3 movie version, with a red at the head with black marks and white body. However, it takes more after its real-life counterpart, including a thinner skull with more prominent brown horns. Yep, you can see it. You can see the brown horns. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see how prominent it is. But you can see it's a mix. It's like close to being scientifically accurate, just minus the wrist being able to pronate. The bladed nasal horn and whatnot. It was the dinosaur that was showcased the most actually during Jurassic World Evolution trailers. Like, it was in almost every video that they could have for it. And so it was like the poster child. Instead of it being a T-Rex, or Ceratosaurus was the game's poster child. I'm not mad about that either, though. I like Ceratosaurus. It's one of my dinosaur OGs, you know what I'm saying? But let's get ready to move on here to the toy appearances that it had. Says here that the die-cast Jurassic Park toy line it was in, that with the release of the Jurassic Park film in 1993, the die-cast Jurassic Park toy line was released. It contained a metal Ceratosaurus action figure. The package also contained a collector card featuring Ceratosaurus. Says here that it's number 19 of the Jurassic Park collector cards. The Ceratosaurus has a red head and lighter green body.
It's a thing.
Shout out. Jurassic Park Chaos Effect. A Ceratosaurus figure was originally going to appear in the toy line Jurassic Park Chaos Effect, but it was scrapped and many of its features were added to the Paradinonicus of the same line. Paradinonicus. That sounds cool. Paradinonicus. Jurassic World. A light and sound Ceratosaurus figure is part of the Jurassic World toy line. It resembles the creature and sports the same coloration seen in Jurassic Park 3. Pressing its wound causes the toy to roar, and pushing down its tail causes it to do the same action, plus biting in a downward motion. It uses the roars of the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the films. That's kind of depressing. Well, I can say depressing, but you know, it's kind of meh, because they ain't give it its own sound effect. Says that for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdoms toy line, a new figure of Ceratosaurus will be featured in the toy line for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It will be part of the Roarvors line, which is made up of electronic dinosaurs with roaring sounds. Ooh, behind the scenes. It's a little small on the behind the scenes, unlike what we have for the other dinosaurs, which is like a mouthful. It says, in the script for Jurassic Park 3, Ceratosaurus was originally supposed to be the dinosaur that the group encountered at the Spinosaurus dung site. This could be why the Ceratosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 has a color scheme similar to the Carnotaurus in Disney's Dinosaur that was released a year before it. Its color scheme is also similar to Ceratosaurus in the toy line diecast Jurassic Park. In Jurassic Park 3, the model of the Ceratosaurus was a modified T-Rex model by model supervisor Ken Bryan, according to the commentary of Jurassic Park 3. It says that the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus color scheme also seems to be used for the level 30 Ceratosaurus in Jurassic Park Builder. A base from Ceratosaurus in Jurassic World the game looks similar to the base from Chronoraptor. I'm gonna have to take a look at that myself. But this part right here for the behind the scenes is interesting, where it says that the Ceratosaurus was a modified T-Rex model. Just like what they did for Mamenchisaurus, and took the model of Brachiosaurus and augmented it to become this new dinosaur. That's what they did for Ceratosaurus. That probably explains why in Jurassic Park 3 they said Ceratosaurus had a thicker skull than its original counterpart. So, yeah, that's really interesting. And that'll have to end it for Ceratosaurus' Dinosaur Diary. Yes, Saber, we know. You're ready to get this camera out your face. So with that being said, and doing part for everything, this is Super King Adore, hoping that you enjoyed this dinosaur profile today. And I'll be signing off for now. Peace out, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day.